Okie dokie. Chat up. Should be. Yep, we're definitely live. Where is my stream? There we go. Here we are, back into Sorin's journey. There's chat up. I know I'm a couple of minutes late, but I got distracted by... I don't actually remember what I got distracted by. I was too distracted to realise. Yeah. So, last time we went ahead with the next... with the last Astrologian quest. Found out the Holy See is still, not a big fan of Sharlayan astrology getting any kind of a foothold in Ishgard. But also came back to find that Alphinaud and Tataru had managed to get themselves accused of heresy, which was, in Ishgard, is a big deal. Fortunately, Ishgard has a, how should we say, slightly unethical justice system, which meant Sorin and Alphinaud were able to quite simply fight their way out of a guilty verdict. And in return, Lord Orshwant gave us a new chocobo whistle, which I think I will use. You know what? While we're in Ishgard, we should maybe use Orshwant's chocobo. Anyway, let's see what happens now that that's all over with. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to Fort Tom's Manor. The Count has done so already and will doubtless be eager to discuss today's events. Okay then, Lord Orshwant, I'll maybe see you there. I'm glad it was relatively easy to get out of that predicament. I heard those two were accused of heresy. That was... I don't know if I would be prepared to lose any more friends. Oh, Artoirel and Emmanellian. Oh no, it's Emmanellian, isn't it? Emmanellian? I was not present at the trial, but my father told me of your performance. He said you were a wonder to behold. He did? Well, I'm sure he's maybe just exaggerating a little. You know? Are you trying to become the talk of the city? Because if you are, you're doing an admirable job of it. Honorary, how are things going? It brings me joy to see you in good health, Master Sherwood. Thank you. Count Fortom? How are things going? Polone smiles on us yet again, Master Sherwood, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting 2 of the Heavensward while the city's elite looked on? By the fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. That's maybe not something we necessarily want. Kind of hoping to keep our heads low a little, I think. My lord! We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of Master Sherwood. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. Archbishop, he's like the king, like the ruler of Ishgard, right? A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you'd be wise not to delay. Go, Master Sherwood. We shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him and he will escort you inside. Archbishop, this was, oh boy. I'm not sure I'm ready for this kind of a meeting. Should I be having this kind of meeting without Alphinaud about? He's normally the diplomat here. I suppose I don't know how long that paperwork is going to take, and I don't know. I've never met the Archbishop. I haven't even heard much about him. Don't have the slightest clue if he's the kind of person who doesn't mind, you know, a little bit of waiting. I maybe just do the thing where I kind of keep to myself and just nod along? That's maybe the best way to go about things, right? We are honored to receive you, Master Sherwood. This way, please. Okay, just stay calm. I've interacted with royalty before. I know he's not technically royalty, but I've been an ambassador for a nation before. I can handle this. Oh, Sir Emeric. Okay, at least there's a familiar face here. That armor, he's one of the Heavensward, right? Oh. I was even telling myself before I was getting streaming today, kind of, you have to change the language to English. Change the language to English. No. One day, I need to get post-it notes and slap onto my monitor. I really wish you could open up the menu in a cutscene. Alright, wait, nope, you can't open up any setting options. An apology, sir? It's nothing to apologize over, sir. I mean, mistakes happen. I can in private? This feels unorthodox. Sir Emeric, I'll see you around, I guess. Do I know of them, sir? That's a...
光の主とたるものと見込んで話す。この教皇庁も奴らからの接触を受けておるのだ。
What? As guests?
アシエン。奴らは混沌の種をまいて回る存在よ。ドラゴン族との戦争を続ける我らに力を与えると言ってきよった。無論わしは奴らに組みするつもりも、その思惑通りに踊ってやるつもりもありはせん。
That's reassuring, sir, but then...
しかし連中の企みに対抗しようにも、その真なる目的を知らずしては何もできぬ。
Oh.
故に話を聞く素振りを見せつつ様子を伺ってきたのだ。いずれ訪れる奴らとの対決に備えての。
That sounds like a risky game, if I may say so, Your Eminence.
わからぬが、奴らは光の戦士と呼ばれておる貴公の力をことのほか警戒しているようでな。だからこそわしとしても貴公と協力できるのであれば手を取り合っていきたいと思っておるのだ。エオルゼアの真なる平和のためにもな。
I mean, that's a big part of our objective, Your Eminence. If there's any way I can be of help, of course. Okay. English. I thought just before I was doing my stream, I was doing my roulettes on my main character. I was kind of telling myself I was going through my main story roulette last. I was getting all... going through the Praetorium, getting all the cutscenes in Japanese, and kind of going, right, I'm streaming in... as soon as I finish this dungeon, it's swapping characters, set up OBS. Oh, the struggles of having uncontrolled attention span. Oh. And everyone else is gone, but Tataru and Alphinaud are back. I nearly cried when you stepped forward to the tribunal, Sorin. Thank you, thank you, thank you! It's not a problem, Miss Tataru. I couldn't just leave you there. Alphinaud? So, something happened while you were...
I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault.
You've heard already.
What did they want with you?
About that. It's a little...
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting, but it was I suppose a nice surprise. It was, helpful.
By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Scions. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well.
Did we ever really doubt that their objective was a bit bigger than just...
Of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
We have new allies, Alphinaud.
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you.
Mr. Tataru?
When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate.
Executed? That's...
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiffon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
I agree, but how? That's, Is there a new title there? Unbeliever. Bearer of the Torch is still better suited to Sorin. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa. Aye, you heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavours, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Fortoms and the Leminson Consortium. During said negotiations, the opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we have yet a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Rauban. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. And when you arrive in Limsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Zanfail at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. Back to Limsa. Gods, I hope we're not too late to save General Rauban. I should have told you sooner, about the execution, I mean, but with the trial and everything? It's no worry, Mr. Tataru. Need to stop one execution before we can stop another. No time to waste. It is good to know that Admiral Merlwyb still has our backs. Feels like it's been a while since I was last here. Suppose not since... suppose it hasn't been that long. There was that little... the visit with Lady Leveva. Speak with Sergeant Zanfail when you're ready to meet the Admiral. He will admit us to the bridge. Sergeant, long time no see. The Admiral's been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her. Admiral?
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Ul'dah, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphinaud. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scions' alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen.
Probably still need to be careful with the Crystal Braves and Brass Blades, though.
Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seed Seer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Ul'dah Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seed Seer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Telegia alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah... Could it be? I dare not hope.
Alphinaud? Have you?
The Ul'dan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake
That's
not my
another
meaning.
point.
I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphinaud. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
Crystal Braves.
The Crystal Braves.
Yes, Alphinaud, I did just say.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Lady Uguri. I don't think I've seen her since before we found our way to Ishgard. Raoban's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Ul'dah. It would spell the end of the alliance, and war, like as not. If there's to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. Don't think we'd have it any... Alphinaud, I feel we're spending too much time together. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphinaud. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You'll find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Revenant's Toll. Right. We should kind of be careful if we're heading back to Revenant's Toll, right? The Crystal Braves may no longer answer to me, but that does not absolve me of any responsibility. As commander, I am accountable for all the wrongs they have committed, all the havoc they have wreaked. Though it is useless to dwell on the past, I often wonder if I could have, and should have, done more for you and Raoban that day. Leaving the banquet was tantamount to leaving you and yours for dead. Should you think me craven, I wouldn't hold it against you. But I will make it up to you, this I swear. Come what may, know that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn can count on our cooperation. I wouldn't worry about it, Admiral. That was... Even I wasn't sure how to react. And when the heads of states are involved, you said self, you could... Situations like this could threaten the Alliance itself. But I guess I'll head on to Mordona then. Hopefully not be recognized. Okay. That's a crystal grave, right? That's who that is. Maybe... Come on. Let's hop up here. There we go. That's... I don't care who Lady Rowena doesn't want here. There's more important things at stake. Oh. Alphinaud, you're here already. Could she be the Doman contact of whom the Admiral spoke? Hello? Master Sorin, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Thank you. But, we were told you have knowledge about Raban? Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Raban. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, you, Yuhasi, and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Doari at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Highbridge. Getting all back into Vanland then. Yet again, our Doman friends proved their worth. Lola Vito was a fool to refuse them asylum. That is something we should be thankful for, Alphinaud, I think. Where am I going? If he had granted him asylum and they became his friends rather than ours, we'd be in a bit of a situation right now. The High Bridge. I really don't like getting this close to anywhere brass blades are stationed, but at least I don't have to head to the actual... Hello again? It has been a while since I last wore this garb. Since I came to Revenant's Toll, my days have been spent in kitchens. Fear not, however. Though I have learned to wield a skillet, I have not forgotten the use of a dagger. That's, reassuring, ma'am. Yuhase. The mere mention of the name calls to mind the moment I felt the kiss of cold steel against my neck. But I never did find out what had happened from Alphinaud's side of things. I've been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yuhase and his men are bound for Halatali. Excuse me? We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Off to Halatali then. I never asked Orshfont what the name of his chocobo was. Raban's ties to Halatali are well known. That Ilbert should choose this of all places to stage his execution is no coincidence. The fiend! Are there no depths to which he will not stoop? You come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilbert arrived and entered Halatali. From this we may be certain that General Raban is being held within. So, what's the plan? Excuse me? There's no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Oh. I'm ready, sir. Like I said, we don't really have time to waste. fighting the Crystal Braves. These are our old friends. Oh, Lady Ugiri.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphinaud, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scions' whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Rauban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you.
How do you do that?
With me!
Right. Off we go. Hardly considered I'd be fighting Crystal Braves one day. Here we are.
Away with you!
Probably want to deal with that. Deeper in. Rauban's got to be around here somewhere. Gravity is 120. It's definitely more efficient to use gravity. Except the Conjurer is out of range, so.
Leave this to me.
Oh, that looks like lag a little bit. Where is he? If I was not particularly familiar with Alatali, I don't know where they might be keeping someone. That looks like a dead end down there. These cages, could he be in any of these, or? Wait, that looks different. General! Right. How do we get around? This is a Magitech field, right? How? He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. Right. That will not be necessary. Oh. We do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly onto the bosom of Fall, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Yuhase. Wait, he said poison, right? Right. Don't worry, Lady Gary, I can heal myself as well. Oop, that was not quite what I wanted to do. Just need to break our way out. This poison's got to be coming from somewhere. Raban. That's a problem. One more problem dealt with. There's a way out. I agree. We need to be quick about it. Right. Is this how they plant it? These poison slime things. Oh, no one to use gravity. Let's try and pass the ball. This isn't the one I want. A spear. It'll do. Where have they all gone? Just mirrors of fog. That looks like it might be something. Just get past these slimes. I think that looks like what we need to deal with. And all for just destroying it's the quickest way out of this. Come on. Hopefully we've dealt with this in time to that the Lady Ugiri and General can get out okay. Seems to be clearing a little. Key. Those look like Crystal Braves there. Better places I need to start, I guess. There's a healer down. This is the Lancer. And now the archer. Wait. Can't quite see now, but I think that might be what we're looking for. Alphinaud, when you say key, is this what you're talking about? Let's head back. Hopefully we can make it in time. Oh no, you're a little hurt there. Just our way of just... This might hurt a little. Ow. Lady Gary? Is everything okay? Right, so the key goes in here? Oh, wait. Like this? There we go. General, are you okay? My thanks. Slowly, General. You're yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What a clever contrivance is to the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Ilbert. Ilbert? You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I'll cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions. Let's get this over with. Laurentius and you, Hassie, as well. Oh. So, not the assassins here. Focus on the healer. Can't hurt Ilbert as long as we have a conjurer about. Right. Let's go. Watch that. It's you, Hans. Is he dead? It's just you, Ilbert. I'm not getting away this time. Come on.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilbert. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice?
Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite.
Wait, she's not dead? But I was there, I saw it.
You fight for justice, lad. You best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the city-states, even the Crystal Braves. They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them.
What I want is to help.
And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland. And I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
That's right.
You'll not get away!
Alphinaud, wait, I think we might be getting...
No, Master Alphinaud. Now is not the time.
I suppose more than just being baited, we have more important things to focus on.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
We're with you, General. You're not alone here.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lad.
First of all, let's get you out of here.
Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Olorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What Ilberd said, I think,
What?
kind of
But how can that be?
supports that.
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
That's the point, we're still behind enemy lines, aren't we? So... Are we taking General Raban back to Limsa? Where's the safest place for him to be? Door? The General is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? An enemy? Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray, do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. A noted Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage, that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. Can we trust this guy? Are those nods a yes, we can? If Lady Ugary's going with them, he's probably safe. Alphinaud? I have spoken with Urianger via link pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Do I still have any of those? This is it, my last ticket. Off we go. Feels like a long time since I was lost here. Still can't forget collecting the bodies. Urianger, nice to see you again.
Praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Master Papashan?
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
I feel I know the
Save
name.
your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
Who are you?
You.
Wait, you're on the Syndicate, right?
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
Okay, so I wasn't
What you said
misremembering.
about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
As a healer, it does give me great shame to say no. Is this a problem that could have been solved with Esena by any chance?
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. It is my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends.
Okay.
He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She definitely didn't seem like she was alive. Definitely seemed to cause her pain, whatever it was.
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner
Oh.
of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo.
This is...
I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
General?
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace, and take your place at her side once more, for her sake, and that of our nation.
Oh, we're on another rescue mission? I trust in General Urban's ability, but having one arm's... even he's going to have to be struggling, right? Alphinaud? I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Uldar. We couldn't have done it without you, Sorin. Thank you. It's not a problem. Take the Ring of Healing, but I don't think I can use... I think my current rings are better. Well? Tataru! Yes, General Urban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. A pre-notified account of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Devanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulal's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarapin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. It sounds like a plan. Yeah. Things are a little sketchy here. Nope. Don't need to return to Limsa. Foundation. Alpha? Let us hear what the Count has to say. Oh, hi, Mooney. Or I understand, like, kind of, it's awkward for you to be able to get to the start of my stream. Well, to any part of my stream, probably. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raban short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumours of another Dravanian attack. And Lord Orshfond was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Guess we shouldn't keep the Count waiting. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Divanians are once more gathering for war. Master Sherwood, Master Leveler, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium's bells toll, it is a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice. Remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Honorary brothers. Emmanellian? How many dragons would it take to darken the midday sky, do you think? 1,000? More? Too many at any rate. I confess I know not where else you might seek sanctuary, but few places are like to be more perilous than a city under siege. The observatorium bells have tolled. Either flee this place or make ready for war. Coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knights shall fight to the last to shield her citizens from harm. Mr. Tar, what will become of this place? And us? Alphinaud? I'm not sure about you, but... I mean, maybe if we get Mr. Tar to safety, but... And if you want to leave, but... If there's another attack, I want to be here to help. At least, heal the injured. Though we flee to the ends of the world, it would seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hungered in a hole. What say you, Sorin? I would stay and fight. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. Oh, but that established, how best do we fit in with all the existing knights and the defense of Ishgard is already here? The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It's only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Given the title of the quest is Alphinaud's Way... Alphinaud, are you really planning on giving anyone else a say? You've named the quest. We're doing it your way.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
That's part of why I'm here.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
Excuse me? Wait. Iceheart?
You don't mean Iceheart?
I'm guessing so if we both came to the same conclusion.
Crimes, did she not?
I guess something like that. It wasn't quite lamenting, I'd say.
A sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
Alphinaud, this war's been going on for like 1,000 years, right?
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course,
You might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your alarms if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Isart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise.
Oh.
A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
I mean, isn't that bad news for yourself,
Indeed.
Sir Estinian?
I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Holmes Manor and informed account of our decision. Tell them that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Well, I guess we are doing this Alphinaud's way. He didn't really ask much of me or Mr. Tataru. How do we tell Sir Emeric to, like, not fight dragons without telling him why? You would speak with the Lord Commander? Pray, make it quick. That is a point. He is probably a very busy man.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
That is a big ask.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
I guess that's a point.
Their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Thank you, sir. That's one less worry to worry about, right? I will say this for your plan. It has made keeping secrets from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Americ's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to differ. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. That's a point. How do we find Iceheart?
Such commotion. Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach. So,
Oh, that was bad.
dragons are coming.
That's a true experience. Okay, why? Right, what's happened to my internet that's... Okay, yeah, my stream is doing poorly, I can see that much. Steam hasn't started trying to download anything? Nope, that does not appear to be the case. Right. It's not a normal error I get. He was not receiving enough video to... Excellent connection. Oh, okay. There we go. Are we... I'm gonna trust that we're back to normal then. I was just noticing it was... I hope I noticed that like fairly quick, that you haven't... It hasn't been weird for too long.
Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
Right. This is my first time hearing the English voice actor for the Archbishop. I am getting serious, like, Emperor Palpatine vibes from him. Gonna be honest.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception? We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward. And what of Estinian and this warrior of light? They have plans of their own. Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Sorin.
And Sorin, it cannot react to that. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at St. Ronette's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Sorin, let us head back to Fort Holmes Manor. off on an adventure, I guess. Lost vigil. Mr. Tar? Our course is set, Tatar. It may be some time before Sorin and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find him, it's you, Tataru. Farewell, for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on Alphinaud. I made it specially. No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and this quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumours and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me up on the road, I shall not fear the cold. It was the least I could do. Now, I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. I don't get a new uniform? I suppose Alphinaud does have a bad habit of not dressing appropriately for the weather. My guess would be we're starting our search last place Iceheart was seen, which would be the Western Highlands. The Western Highlands weren't exactly warm. This new attire should serve me well in the bitter cold of Curfus. I shall have to thank Tataru properly upon our return. You have said your farewells, then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Yazel's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Curfus Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is likely that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Okay, well... so we're heading back out. Into the cold. Headgear on. Oh yeah, I can't quick travel to Falcon's Nest, can I? Am I allowed to use the gate yet, or do I still have to take the chocobo porter? I think it's a little cheaper than using the 150 to teleport. Oh, yep. I have to use a chocobo porter, which I think is like 5 gil. Oh. Hello there, sir. I would like to see about heading to Falcon's Nest. Oh! Why? Right, because, Ishgard is here. Why did I appear here? Okay. Okay, that confused me a little. Sir Redwald? Hello again. Well, well, Master Sherwood, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. A Desert Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alphinaud Leveler, at your service. And you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus, we have come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. My patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question tonight's assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge to Gorgane Mills. It is possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Master Sherwood knows well the places I speak of, for it was he who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while you two visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Sorin. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Right. I'm kind of curious as well. I didn't take the time to have all that much of a look around. Let's go. Serstinian? Probably be making use of the compass that Count Edmond gave me. Pointed to northwest. Gonna guess that's an Aether current. It's attuned to it like an Aetherite. Next one seems to be fairly far away. Maybe just focus on getting to the mills for now. Stars are out in force tonight. The bridge. Feels quiet. So I probably shouldn't complain. Better to be too quiet than too loud. There's the mills. Sorry, sir. Just going to keep moving on. That looks like the other Aether current I was looking for. Sorry for the wait, Alphinaud. Just a simple farmhouse. Makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. Master Sherwood, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. No. Excuse me. It would seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. Oh, excuse me. Oh. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Sorin. Fair enough. Sir, do you mind elaborating on what you mean by pets? Okay. Oh. Bears. Oh. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hand stops shaking, I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray go on ahead, and when you are certain of the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. Alphinaud, you fought Knights of the Heavensward with me. Are you afraid of bears? I mean, they're scary, sure, but you're part of an organization that fights gods. I would have... No, you know what, let's... Alphinaud's... Oh crap, that was not what I wanted to do. I kind of do want to have redraw. Alphinaud's... Can I get a... There we go. Ah, there's a big bear. Right. Well, that's the bears dealt with. I thought I saw something. It's all clear, Alphinaud. I heard a frightful growling from below. You encountered more of the beasts, I take it. A couple of them. No. Estinian. Sir? My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Oh. Well. The beasts are slain then. My thanks, Master Sherwood. We may return to our duty without fear of mauling. Oh, and wind up off now. There we go. So, what's the next move? You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is that not so? Is this not so? The records we discovered are that those beasts mauled my comrades appear to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. There's hardly a choice at all. I mean, I would say these aren't wild animals, these are domesticated animals, just domesticated for the purposes of murdering people. Again, someone who had no trouble coming to Garuda's lair with Sorin. I think there's something more personal than just... guys, is no one else searching? Where are these damnable pages? I'd rather battle 20 Avis than continue this confounded search. The letters were in a neat pile just here, but it would seem to skirmish with the beasts that scattered them rather thoroughly. I found some few of these letters. Let's gather a respectable stack and see what secrets the expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. I mean, you guys just seem to be huddled in a group there. You sure you're not just chatting? Oh, here's another one. That's free. Is that a reasonable stack, sir? Have you recovered much of the heretic's correspondence? I found 3 of them. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levular and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here then? Every one of these pages is a record from the dealings betwixt the Gorgani Mills heretics and their followers in the Archive Amphitheatre. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Isard's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. That's where I fought Shiva, right? The Archive Amphitheatre. The very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? Well, I did more than witness, to be fair. But, yeah. If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheatre lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Oh, was that Estinian talking there? Then we must place our faith in the Aphonet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbreda succeeded in recreating the Archive beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant Aphrodite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgani Mill seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheatre, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the Aphrodite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Aphrodite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Right, I guess we're off then. Let's go. I feel I need to come up with a name for you. Lord Orshfont didn't tell me you had one. He said he did raise you from a chick, so he must have a name for you. Well, that is a very speedy cat. Now just starting to roll in. I get the feeling there might be another blizzard on the way. Hopefully these tunnels will provide decent shelter from it. I believe this was the path back down. We're heading to somewhere else this time. Here, maybe? Oh, wait. Even this doesn't seem far enough down. That's a bit of a drop. This looks like a bit of an easier way down. Ow. You okay there? Hello there. We have begun surveying the warrens from the western entrance, but progress is slow. It would seem not all the rats have left the nest. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Is everything okay, Alphinaud? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems an age ago, does it not? Back then, I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Oh. I wouldn't worry, Sir Stinian. Just memories. Ah, the guests of House Photons, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafa beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. That is a point. We've kind of made enemies, haven't we? Been a while since I was here. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages this has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Hello there. We're not here to fight. Dogs of Ishgard! Is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may Dragon Wings bear us to victory. Always does end up like this, doesn't it? More of them. Oh.
Your guard is down.
Looks like a healer. That looks like it was a healer. It is. What was. Oh. Blood of Dragons? That's where I saw stuff like this in Snowcloak, didn't I? Oh, can I go and give it to Justinian? More of them. See if we can get the mage out of the way. Then the dragon. Can we call that a dragon? What? That's a... Alphinaud, are you okay there? Oh, that's a... Right. Oh, I already had full anchor. That was a waste. This guy seems to be on a different level to the others. Oh, hello! Oh. Just wanted to talk. Well, that seems to be all of them, but that's not my worry. They fight like demons! Tis death to remain! Fall back, brothers! Retreat to the cinders! The cinders? I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess, the name is unknown to me. Perhaps you would be so good as to enlighten us, Justinian. I suspect this is the heretics' way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, it is told that the Azure Dragoon of the Age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale, but we should make haste to this Ashen Isle. Sounds like the plan, or rather the only plan we've got. Oh, thanks for your help there, sir. What? You've driven off the heretics? That should certainly ease the minds of our surveyors. Only in a land where war has raged for 1,000 years could enough ash fall to bury a dragon the size of an island. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jantalo, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Right. Well, off to this camp then. Looks like it's to the west of Camp Riversmeet. How did Alphinaud ever cope without a proper coat in this weather? Is that the big dragon? It's certainly a big one. Maybe. Or is that? This distance I can't see, but that's a dragon. That must be massive. Yeah, that it can't be that one, because Justinian said it was an island. And I don't imagine an island being up there, especially when it seems the water level was down here. More bears. Well, that looks like a camp. There's even a choke we'll keep here. exactly register that. And that looks like an Aether current. Oop. There we go. Hello there. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the fury! That armour, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Jantelo, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? We're looking for information about heretics. Ah, Lady Iceheart is it? Aye, I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be, somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Sorin, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. That sounds like a plan. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lad who was in the Azure Dragoon's company. Since you're here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect, unless you've been at it for years, like I have. I think it prudent to start with something simple, and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest rooms. Slay free of those, then come back here. Consider it a warm-up. Okay, sir. Is it a good idea for me to be doing the Aether current quests now, or is that something I should be saving for off-stream? Right. I guess maybe if I work on, building up a reputation of these convictors, maybe they'll be more willing to, share with us. Compared to if I'm just some random stranger popping up uninvited. Let's go. And there's the bull. And he said 3 of them, right? We go. Oh, did I get the increased mount speed? Oh yeah, mount speed in the Highlands is increased. I didn't realize it was that relatively early you got the increased mount speed. Slain those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? I mean, a reasonable one, sir. I'm not quite used to fighting the creatures in Western Curvis yet. Good work, lad. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. Sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. Yet, you clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting down some dragons, speak with me again sometime. I will, sir. I suppose our other job is a little more important right now, isn't it? That's... oh, that is a for current. But that is, I believe, the... what's it called? Dusk Vigil? Yeah. That's the Dusk Vigil, which I don't think I've got time for tonight. Oh, hello, Cat Potato. No, I'm not new to Final Fantasy XIV. I started playing about a year ago now. Just over a year ago. I am going through it again, kind of. I'm trying to play it in character, is what I'm doing. So yeah. Just there are parts of the game I'm still new to. I haven't gone to Endwalker yet, even after a year. On my main profile. So there's still some stuff that's new to me, but most of it I've seen. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Sorin. Okay then. Hello, sir. I'm just asking about heretics. Have you seen any? Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Raidmo, Veramon, and Bredenon that wanders in and out of camp? I guess not, sir. Hello there. Have you seen any heretics recently? Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow. The big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Fair enough, sir. I suppose you are dragon hunters. Excuse me, ma'am. Have you seen any heretic activity? Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go and bother Pierrequet or someone? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. There's no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Also, fair enough, ma'am. You okay there, sir? You're looking a little cold there. Stinian? I may have erred in seeking the wisdom of these whelps. Oh. You're thinking this is a mistake as well, then. Excuse me, might you be Sir Pierrequet? So what I can help you with, my lord? I'm just looking for heretics. Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. A thing or two? Oh. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Pierrequet. A soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Jantelo's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. But not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. Now, once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tribe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Oh, is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. Oh, that is another A for current quest. But that, I think, will be me for tonight, because there's only a couple minutes left before I'd be finishing up the stream, and yeah, I feel that's kind of not enough time to risk starting up another quest. Are you okay there, Aquila? Okay, Sorin can fly now. But yeah, I will be back with Sorin on Wednesday. Tomorrow's stream will be back to Celeste. And following that, yeah, no, there won't be anything following that. There will be, yeah, Saturday will be Celeste. Then Wednesday will be Act Sorin's Journey, and Friday, as usual, at 10 o'clock on, yeah, 10 o'clock Wednesday, 9 o'clock Friday. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you've had a bit of fun, and maybe I will see you in the next video. Until then, thanks for stopping by, and